You're about to discover 10 behind-the-scenes facts about the iconic 1976 American sports drama Rocky, starring Sylvester Stallone. Rocky was made on a shoestring budget of $1 million, so everything had to be done on the cheap to keep costs low, including hiring some of Stallone's family to be extras in the film. The man singing in the streets was his brother. The timekeeper of the final fight was his dad, and the dog Butkus was his real dog. To film the shot when Paulie throws Adrian's Thanksgiving turkey out the door, they only had money for one turkey, so there were crewmen outside the door catching the turkey on a blanket after each take. And the leg Paulie takes a bite out of was pinned back onto the turkey to make it whole again. Originally, Stallone wrote the ice skating date to take place during the day with about 300 other people. But the problem was they didn't have the money to pack the rink with extras, rent everyone's skates, pay stunt doubles to do good skating, and smooth the ice after each take. So that's why the date takes place after hours when nobody is around. And as a bonus fact, if you were ever curious about why Stallone isn't skating in the scene, it's simply because he said he didn't know how. The iconic shots of Rocky struggling to run up the museum stairs and of him being able to do it effortlessly were actually filmed on the same day, just an hour apart. And the zoom shot of Rocky celebrating at the top of the stairs is actually reversed. They filmed the shot zooming out, but afterward the director wished they had done the opposite, so during the edit they reversed the footage to have it zoom in instead. The director convinced the producers to pay for the big posters of Rocky and Apollo. But the problem was that Rocky's shorts were the wrong color because Stallone wasn't wearing his costume for the picture. They didn't have the time or money to redo it, so that's why Rocky points it out to the fight promoter to make the mistake part of the story. Stallone says that the scene where he goes back to his apartment and admits that he can't win was the most important scene of the story, and it almost didn't make it into the movie, because at that point they had run out of money and the apartment owners were there ready to kick them out. But since they had all the camera equipment already set up, they were allowed to do just one take before they were kicked out, and luckily, everything worked out perfectly on their first try. The robe they were able to get for Rocky to wear before the big fight was reportedly 9 sizes too big, and Stallone felt really uncomfortable in it. So like the fight posters, Stallone decided Rocky would make a comment about it to Adrian, so that the huge robe would become part of the story. The arena they rented could hold 8,000 people, but because of the limited budget, they could only afford a few hundred extras, so they constantly relocated those extras to be in all the shots, and made the rest of the arena very dark to hide all the empty seats. Most of the movie's budget was spent on the prosthetics during Rocky and Apollo's fight, and a cool special effect was when Rocky's swollen eyelid was cut open so the fighter could see. To do that, they dulled a razor blade and attached a ball to it that was filled with fake blood that could be squeezed out to make it look like his eyelid was really getting cut. Part of a camera operator's job is to stay out of sight while filming, but this wasn't the case for the Steadicam operator Garrett Brown, because he can be seen multiple times wearing a very distinctive striped shirt while capturing footage down on the arena floor. Click a video on the screen to discover even more interesting facts right here on Fun Fact Films.